crucial fights cannot be given away for free, and Parivision have just continually tried to run these more aggressive defaults where they're hunting for opening picks and just losing their fights. And even when they've tried to go into mid-control, they're losing numbers, but how many times have we seen Parivision playing shoulder to shoulder? I'd wager not that much. Only in really late round deficits. Like, look at this. I mean, Cielo's independent inside of middle. While Nota is getting pressured on B by 2 players. HE actually doesn't hound him down, but the second one does. And so they get their opener, and once again, TNL have gone fishing for a kill, and they come away with that advantage.
Cielo. Oh, hitting the flash is not good. So it's a good job he didn't have a little peek off the back of it. He is just ready and waiting here. But
his timing is good for him.
Oh, yeah, but he splits the difference. Can't find the kill. And the B bomb site now left a bit vulnerable.
Oh,
however, Dowie will get the double. And there's just no getting through this guy. 4-piece for him in this round. James scared away. He will save. It's his only option. 1 on 5. Not going to happen. What is going on?
What a day at the office Davi is having. I mean, these kills are immaculate. They're so pinpoint precise. I'd really love James to give this a good old try, but I mean, just doesn't have the time, really. And that ain't his style. Davi's hunting for the ace, and he will complete it. He is on the money, and in a pivotal turning point, potentially, for TNL and their progress from Tier 2. The opening map of our grand finals. He is on a tear. Parivision, welcome to the slaughter.
Unbelievable. It literally is set to be a mirrored half from what they played earlier, just, you know, on the receiving end of. So, every round worth its weight in gold right now for Parivision. Can they take at least 3? We've got aggression in the lower tunnels. No one really presenting from Parivision at this point. They're going to try and get all the cavalry over, but the smoke just completely slows them down. I don't think I've seen a team have this little control of the map on T-side Dust 2 in a long time.
Yeah, I was saying all these positives about how aggressive you can be on T-side, but TNL have set the precedent on this defense. Onyx could be in for a rude awakening here, though. They just walk through the smoke. First kill, a little labored. And so the trade will come through. Knife kind of split between his ideas, but focuses in on those lower tunnels. And Dowie is completely unbeatable on these straight-up gunfights. He will just deal with anybody trying to break into B, and it's only James that survives. 10-2 at the half. TNL setting their foot down on Parivision's map pick. Let's see if they close out in that second half.
All right, welcome back in. We'll see. I mean, the scoreline paints the picture. We'll see if TNL are able to take this quickly or if it is going to be Parivision to extend play, but it feels like map 2 is going to arrive pretty quick. And it will be TNL's Mirage, which at the moment looks kind of unbeatable. Parivision looking to survive here. It's a basic A hit to come through. The cross smoke down. There is a lurk there in the lower tunnels. Onic, good for 1, and now just going to try and keep their attention. They ignore him and charge into the A bomb site. Hopefully to get the retake going. Quick little goosh and a little googly style from AW might just get them back in. We'll see. A key fight at long. Fleerax wins. And of course, who else other than Dowie to just mow them down? 11-2. It's looking done here on Dust.
Yeah, I don't want to undermine him, but he might just be having a life game. And in fairness, this is probably the best time to have that happen to you. I mean, 20-4. He has been robotic, actually, in the way that he's, fighting these players on Parivision. The target acquisition, his fast multi-kills, it was something to behold on that CT side, and it's just nice that he's able to get a couple as well in that pistol. Jame taking matters into his own hands, solo pushing mid with the scout, gets a freebie at the start of this round. This is a force for Parivision. Why wouldn't you? You're staring down the barrel of an 11-2 scoreline. Gotta get something to work. And we rejoice at AW getting his first kill last round.
True. Bloody hell. I hadn't even really noticed that with just how one-sided the overall scoreline was.
I was getting ready to throw some shade, and then he got his kill, so I can no longer.
Yeah, but, is 1 even still good enough?
Yep.
Where's the line? Where's the line,
I mean, when you've got teammates on 3 and 4, the line is low.
True. Yeah, true. Can't solely blame him.
Times have been tough here for Parivision, but the damage is good here on the force buy. Karen's low. Fleerax, AK, needs to get this kill. Finally wrangles Jame, and up close to the doors is Nota that doesn't spring to action. He doesn't want to be another casualty. Line up for a multi-kill. Belchanok re-clearing middle, and he'll call it all clear, so Nota can actually race his way into this B bomb site. Gets that smoke down in time. But he's now deployed the scout, and he'll miss out on the initial swing. That one player that leads the way is already tagged, but it's air balls here from that scoped weapon, and as they punch in that plant, they do not look to pressure.
Oh, decent soften up here. Belchon not going to make a lot of noise. The wide swing coming in from Cairn, he's confident. Meanwhile, Fleerax hidden away. Where's this second man is kind of the information that he's looking for. Where can he play? He will have heard a step there, so now he starts to confirm locations. They're playing it well. He just needs 1 kill, I feel, to buy time, and he can't get either. It's close on the defuse, but Parivision, they'll survive.
Yeah, I mean, really nice attempt. I mean, did his best to dislodge them from their hesitant peeks into that bomb site. And Fleerax had a nice idea, but Belchanok also understood what he was looking for, pre-fired the angle on his swing. And yeah, kind of a Hail Mary round there for Parivision. They've been really struggling throughout this game, and they get a force buy to fall their way. Listen, I'm not going to say it's the start of a comeback, but if there was to be a start, it's a decent way to jumpstart the engine.
Deagle out. No one around the corner, though. So, no crazy shot here. There is a big gap in middle, and it seems like that's what they're able to abuse here. I've got a player in, just holding for now, and then maybe a late round split towards B, but again, you just don't expect enough out from these guns. Oh. Knife. He does reveal himself. He's going to eat a nade for his trouble. Belchonok rotating nades. Thankfully, Nota will hold his ground just about. He's close to going down there. And the Deagles are the ones that remain. So, it might have helped them to have a Deagle in the pack there. I think there was only 2, and they both sort of play away from the team. All the same, easy round as expected for Parivision.
Yeah, a nice money builder as well. Nobody dying for their troubles. They do move to upgrade into that AWP for Jame. Their economy will be strained as a result of it, but based on the scoreline, are we thinking about the money too heavily? Need everything as optimal as can be while trying your best to not cut any corners. They can afford few mistakes. Oh my god, that angle onto Jame is nasty. It puts him down to 37 just in his attempt to hunt for an opener top mid. AW is still sticky around. He is feeling like it might overstay his welcome, but no one was actually moving to punish. Cielo foot race into this A bomb site, actually spotted on the cross. He has a teammate alongside him as well, and he can deploy an incendiary to block out and stall this TNL squad. The flashes as well are keeping them at bay, and the fact they've got this smoke down, just providing them extra coverage, but the spam is on the money. Karen as well clearing from the site. As they punch in that plan through the smoke, Noda will try it, and he'll get his kill. Overwhelming knife, now into a 3-on-4 where they've got some decent positions if TNL overswing.
Which they might, but they do it together. However, Zealous still manages to find it. Ken also going down. Not a great look now. Belcher not closing the gap. Jame is completely isolated, pretty far away from the action. He's very low as well. But his patience will pay off. It's all on Dowie. He finds the important kill for my money, and Jame's just too far away to get anything done. Round will go the way of TNL, and maybe, just maybe, the game along with it.
Yeah, that can be the sore spot to Jame. I have a lot of respect for, actually, sometimes his patience is greater than most humans alive, actually. But he's in that man deficit. He is thinking about what are his escape conditions. He's thinking less about how they bring themselves back into the round. Once they get into a 2-on-2, he's maybe even thinking he's just deeply out of position to contribute, and then he gets a kill in spawn. It's like, okay, the patience paid off. We can win it, and then he loses his teammate in the sight. You know, had he been closer to quickly trade, the real chance at it. Look at Jame. The adaptation got punished for that peak last time, and he'll humble knife this time around. Don't you dare try and pull your tricks against me twice in a row.
Kind of funny. I don't know, I'll try and get this in quickly. I don't know if you caught the Ancient earlier, but it was like 4-on-3 on the B bomb site. Jame on T side is going for like a lurk. His entire team died, and they just defused the bomb while he was still like in red room or something. It was absolutely hilarious, like, and that's how they lost the game as well. So, or that map anyway. So, yeah, sometimes staying true to that style does get away from him for sure. Nota lucky to be alive after that exchange, but still holding on to the Parivision man advantage.
Oh, this is real dangerous here for Karen. Trying to walk around the edge of the smoke, yeah, right into the clutches of Belchenok. So 5-on-3, they're trying to go for the mid B, and only really Davi that can bail them out. Escaped into the smoke and then re-revealed. Hope that Jame wasn't still watching for it, but he was. He's a patient man for a reason. Fleerax 1v5. He does have the bomb, but 30 seconds is not quite enough to thin the herd and potentially get a plant. Just looking for damage. One kill might be all he gets. Oh,
wait a minute.
Wow, okay. Jame missed on his trade.
Awkward. Very awkward indeed, but we got excited for just a second, and then he gets spammed from behind, so...
Even if he got the kill onto Jame, I mean, that would have been significant damage, but he had no way to actually win the round at that point. Too slow.
Parivision, yeah, of course. Buying themselves a bit of time here on this CT end. Making the rounds interesting, and, you know, it's a weak lean, but... a weak point to bring up, but confidence, momentum into that second map just to prove that they can match up. This is their pick, though. I think the whole series is just in jeopardy for me with how they have performed here. Looking to pick up another simple round. They have got the first. Can they hold off against this A play? A great flash comes in, lots of damage, and AW keeps his crosshair clean. That'll be good for his personal game, as he has been struggling. So to find some clean headshots, even if they are blind, is always a good feeling.
Yeah, especially when AW is supposed to be the firepower upgrade to a kicker that actually could have, very... he didn't necessarily have the highest ceiling, but would have a fairly stable floor, actually. His standard was quite high, and AW has a lot to live up to in terms of just his personal production. So, you say they might be essentially moot points or maybe low-hanging fruit, the idea of gaining confidence, but for someone that's inexperienced like AW, when there is some kind of expectation of performance, it will help him, like you said, personally, to sort of get into the game. But the map's not over until it's over. It's something that TNL themselves will have to sing as a mantra. Because if we're going to talk about inexperience, this TNL squad is, well, every single one of their players is looking to make a name for themselves.
Very true. Looking for a run boost, perhaps?
Yep.
Denied before they even get in the air. Comedy gold from Nota. He will clean up the round as well. Only 5 the difference now. TNL maybe do have to worry a little. Yeah, first time out coming in. Their first time out of the game, in fact. So, get the big man on the mic, and hopefully he can straighten them out.
Yeah, what was there even to worry about in that first half? Why would you even need a timeout? You're playing default around the map. It's working. You go for aggressive moves. It's working. Everything they did on that CT side seemed to turn to gold. Even in the few moments of turbulence, then you just get a Davi 4K out of nowhere. So there is something to be said about the form they brought forward on that defense, but it is also something to note that, Davi had a fantastic first half and, transitioned that into some decent kills at the start of the second. But if he's not able to sort of keep up that performance, it does do little to sort of shield Onic on his 4 kills. And he is the in-game leader, but, you can't expect your player to quite literally perform like a human aimbot for the entire game. There have to be some good calls, some good structure, and picks from the rest of the squad as well. Late Rao flashes over towards long. TNL have put in a statement of intent through to pit. But the bomb is outside of B. And Parivision have just vacated it to clear mid.
Cool smoke. I may well give them a little more control of the tunnels. Oh, Charnock. He saw them, he went for it. It's also a vulnerable B bomb site, man. I think he really needed to just gather the information and survive, but they've gone ahead of the smoke. So 2 come back round. This is an absolute mess. But it's a mess that's got TNL written all over it. Zello, the only one left. They're ready for him on the edge of the smoke, and finally they will close things out. 13-7 still looks pretty good. Could have looked even better, but they'll just take the map at this point. As we mentioned a few times, it's Parivision's pick, and they have one of their home maps in the form of Mirage coming up next. So really quite a scary prospect now for Parivision and this Pro League spot.
Yeah, I was looking at that second map, and I thought, taking them to Mirage could be maybe a bit of a mistake, but based on the way that they're playing, I mean, the aim is looking on point, the proactive nature of their calling on that defense was sublime, and when you have one of your riflers stepping up into effectively like superstar impact, it can be a massive difference maker. A map like Mirage is just as conducive as it is on Dust 2 to having a player perform to that caliber, and they had the more impactful AWPer. Jame in the head-to-head with Fleerax, they didn't necessarily have the highest numbers, but Fleerax was having his moments and shutting down any of these potential vulnerabilities that Parivision tried to exploit. So I do worry for the Parivision squad. You know, Jame a major winner, but he may miss out on ESL Pro League. TNL a map up, and they will see if they can close it in 2 on their own pick in the series. Mirage up after the break.
If all they've been saying is true, there's a wall before your eyes. Tell me, can you see right through? Right through, right through. Down through the wires and the pipelines. We go disconnecting from the city and the skyline. It's the This is the numbers game. The fights, the fear, the fear. This is the numbers game. Counting up coins for a soda can. And there's nothing going on, no game plan, no plans. So I'm jumping out the fire, back into the frying pan. I'm trying to disconnect from the stats and the spray tan. Just another piece of data. Just This is the numbers game.
Lately, I feel I can't find my feet. Pushing closer, my heart skips a beat, and now I'm falling deeper than I fly. I can't control it. Dark against the sky, it's not so black and white. It's like I told him, there's things that I can't fight. I just keep going. I just keep going. In my time, I've been dreaming of a space to really fill my place. I wish she'd seen what I had dreamed. Before these darker days, I thought I found my way. Quickly it fades, losing the race, closing the page. In and out, I'll move myself again.
Welcome back in, folks. Map number 2 coming up here as TNL absolutely clown car in Parivision on that first map. Really not a great look from their pick, from a map that they've just won in very one-sided fashion in their previous series. It was 10-2 at the turn of the half. Bit of work to close it out, but TNL ultimately no sweat off the brow for them. And now Mirage up and coming. Really not a good look as Parivision, not the worst in the world, but this is a nigh on 90% win rate for TNL at the moment.
Yeah, and when they have players like Davi popping off and being an absolute nuisance from basically start to finish, with the amount of multi-kills he was getting, 6 I think he got within that game. He got an ace, he got a 4K, he was finding headshots across the map. He was really flawless, and it feels like the right time right now for TNL to have a performance like that. You know, it might be peaking at the right time. They came into this qualifier, probably the most firm team in terms of the roster and the potential moves other teams have been making. They find others at a time of potential vulnerability, and as well they may be playing some of their best Counter-Strike that they've played to date, because that opening map was proactive. They were constantly setting the tone and the tempo, and they were the sharper team throughout. Parivision looked outclassed, even if they are the team that, to be honest, probably have higher expectations put upon them, given that they've got that James Dastan combo that won the Rio Major.
Well, yes, indeed. And unfortunately, there just wasn't much tap-in from them. James, seems to be characteristically absent in some of the rounds, and there's just not as much of that team-based buy-in. The whole super save meta obviously doesn't work so much anymore, but we did see it towards the end. A couple rounds where, as you so rightly put it, just seems like it's in his DNA to look for an exit strategy when the round is, I suppose, beyond like a 50-50 or whatever. Like, if you have to put a lot of effort and get a bit of luck, he is out of there. He doesn't play luck-based rounds, it would seem. Either way, we are into it. Parivision on the CT side of things. No, sir. Holding cleanly. Oh, my goodness. Here we go. The pistol looking all but won by Parivision. They've been flattened on the A-bomb site. Onic remains alone. He was the utility mule. He doesn't have armor. He will take one, but that's all he's able to get.
Yeah, nice space creation there from Nota to hunt down that last player. And good shooting from him as well, dealing with that first player out of Palace. That's a promising sign for Parivision, where they struggled in some of the individual fragging. This time they were all together to deal with that execute before TNL even really got out with that exec. So pretty much an open and shut case on that A-bomb site. Parivision will have now an opportunity to springboard and hopefully show signs of recovery coming away from the beatdown they received on Dust 2.
Yeah, I mean, this is where, again, as you mentioned, the major winning names that are on this team, it's where they usually come into play. I think it's how they outlasted Nemiga in the previous series, very close, a lot of comebacks required, and then they got their reward on the third map as Nemiga checked out. Bit of a different beast, isn't it, when you're on that first map and you just never get going. I think it's always, it's a weird feeling as well. You pick the Dust 2, you're playing against a different team. Nemiga, they spend 25% of the round just not moving.
Sure.
And then eventually start getting into it. TNL, very, very different approach. So I think it can be difficult to adapt to these two types of play styles so very quickly.
Give you whiplash.
Oh, pistols. Actually getting it done. Zello on the M4. Can't really do too much to stop them getting the bomb plant. Nota will get in there, though, and he's just thread the needle. They don't expect him. There's no door smoke, interestingly enough, so he's able to get out pretty easily, but it's knife on a deagle. What is going on? 1 versus 3 for Zello here. He needs 4 overall. He's getting sideswiped, and he will go down, but goodness me. Surely with that bomb drop, you think they've done enough. However, the deagle just takes over.
Yeah, I mean, lovely shooting from Knife, but how does that break down for Parivision? I mean, the util from TNL does do well to segment the short player and the player on the site, but I don't remember who it was at Van with that MP9. You know, should have gotten more mileage out of that spot, given they drop out of window. The MP9 is up close as they're making the descent. That basically should be a free kill, and that player on short was actively looking for duels, but just couldn't wrangle them before they took some extra space. So, yeah, I mean, a very disappointing looking round there for Parivision after winning the pistol. They fall to the force buy off of some nice kills from Knife, and now they have a full save to deal with. They are moving into the stack. Won't matter in the end. Knife, once again, some nice shooting alongside Fleerax for a double for each of them. We'll get that Jame AWP out, but he will be without utility. No kits available here for the Parivision side either, so don't expect them to go for retakes. Partially because it's a Jame-led team now, but also if it ends up in a situation like it, their chances are thinned. One-man mid-control, though, from Onyx.
Little strange. However, it's enough, it would seem, and they are just sort of faking things out. Drawing presence to mid, maybe, is the attempt. Oh, it's messy. It's a player at empty as well that's just not going to be expected. Nota has to capitalize, but he can't. He brings them so low, and I think even the amount of damage Cairn takes is kind of from some team damage. He keeps going. And they have taken over. TNL looking so damn good as they have found that force. And, well, again, maybe sapping the energy out of Parivision before it even begins.
It's confusing to look at, though, isn't it? I mean, they get a deep smoke into the apartments. They see this Molotov come out from the back side of the apartments, and no one is holding the front side of the smoke. I mean, they Molotoved Van. They already had a player on top of the B apartments. Neither of them is watching the smoke. Karen's able to get out, get his bearings, and just hone in on that end of apartments fight, and it's a straight one-to-one where it's an MP9 versus an AK. You know, your advantage in that position is that you have that boost set up so early, you got that smoke down, and you can play close to the smoke, you can just watch the edges of it. They don't make use of that at all. It seemed like Parivision wanted to do everything in their capacity to actually not take duels, even though they would have had, you know, advantages in those gunfights. Karen just punishes them immediately. The entries on B are enough. Parivision just get totally displaced, but definitely questionable in the way that Parivision approached it. They weren't sure if they were fighting or flying.
Smoke's coming round here. Or just the one smoke, rather. Again, going to burst forward. So many HGs as you watch that minimap just flying into B. There's one player home. He's sneaking, but he's immediately dealt with. So, unfortunately, nothing coming. It will be TNL to clean up house here. They found a nice little kill there. Recover an M4 in at short, but he was just that lurking presence.
Yeah, so we should just see no to save, and these pistols, notably Jello, just try and get an exit kill. I mean, no sense saving just the deagle. Maybe if you've got armor, it's a little worthwhile, but TNL are going to exit together, and they will not leave themselves vulnerable to this potential flank. They will exit forward through the market, and there will be nobody home. So no exits for Parivision, no more weapons to be recovered. And TNL keep 4 alive in what is a pretty simple anti-eco for them. Building some nice cash as well for this T side. A buffer built as Parivision will hope to find solutions coming into another gun round. Wow, Jame really didn't buy a kit. That 3K.
Huh.
That is mental, actually.
And, like, a lack of nades as well. I don't know if he's gotten any out early. Where's he playing? Short? Probably not.
I think he threw nades to... I want to say he threw nades to his teammate.
Oh, okay, maybe. Still, though. You'd have space for another flash. He ain't min-maxing, that's for damn sure.
Yep.
Oh my, and the quick boost up into window. How are they getting away with that? It's so fast, it's so easy. I mean, Belchonok will get the trade out because it's just so chaotic. James gone down on short. I don't know, man. TNL starting already, only a few rounds in to make mincemeat of this team.
And Cielo is dead. Oh my. Survived somehow 1 HP, but Belchanok answering back. The crunch from A&W and Belchanok from Short and Con just chews up TNL. They go right into the meat grinder. Belchanok has no idea where Davy went. No info on that last man. And that bomb just slightly in the flames. Not trying to give away too much. AW, last seen on Short, knows that that fight could be coming at any point. But AW is trying to read ahead. Davy will subvert his expectations, though. I think AW is expecting him to creep con, get a plant on that A site, but the longer Davy takes, the more AW actually could consider that it's a route back to B. Okay, he's not put that together whatsoever. If you're Short and he's bottom con, he more than likely would have made his way up by now, or you would have heard him running into the site. AW gets there before the plant, but Davy already has great position.
Yeah, and like, what is he doing? You know, how is he approaching it? Oh, Davy with a quick switch. What is going on, man? There's something in the air. It's mental, and somehow Parivision have won that round. Like,
yeah,
you know,
I'm seeing some
crazy.
I think everybody needs a timeout, actually.
Yeah.
There are these moments where everything looks clean and free, mainly for TNL, but the processing for those players in the clutch felt a little disjointed. Not really sure what the thought processes were. But either way, AW does win it out, and it's courtesy of Davy getting a little too comfortable in the clutch. Now that's why James saves 3k. Knew it might come close, gets himself that AWP.
Jameonomics, as he will miss the opening shot. AW, however, has managed to find 2 over on B hit. Pretty much all by himself, actually. He was kind of isolated as James was so far up. Short, long spray down. Leaves flea racks very low indeed. Not going to happen. There is maybe a bit of tilt in place for TNL as well. That didn't look like the most thought out round. Just a quick B burst charge in. Will also say this window smoke from them is kind of at the market window, I should say, is kind of basic. I'm pretty sure there's lineups to get it deeper in so that these players don't have such a wall of smoke to work with.
Yeah, it's not always necessarily had much of an impact. I mean, these B bursts have been very successful for TNL in rounds gone by, but that's the most clean shutdown Parivision have had so far. Actually, something I would commend TNL for is their B entries, is that they have been just finding these quick headshots and taking a lot of ground with it. But it's important that Parivision can set their foot down on those sites. Otherwise, the map kind of shrinks. If you can't hold the bomb site, then you can't actually really make plays without feeling like it's a forced move. Well, nice gap there for Nota. Just fishing through that edge of the smoke and does catch Onic. Oh, well, that's one of the mollies of all time. Karen singes his way into the connector. It's looking like TNL are trying to sell some kind of weak fake on that A bomb site, but it's enough. I'd imagine it would be enough to actually convince Parivision of such, because they've actually moved their anchor away from B.
Catching Cairn, though. There will still be an open B bomb site. Completely open, in fact.
It's wild that getting that free killing con actually convinces them further that it's an A play.
Yeah, it is kind of questionable, and you can see they're starting to move back now. TNL taking their time. They really could have bought a difficult retake, let's say. It still doesn't look the best. There's a lot of overfaces coming in. Dowie just manages to survive. It's actually the player at the back that goes down. But my goodness, we need Knife to get a step on. He's being watched for by James, and the player in the apartments has gone unchecked. That's the important kill. James pulls away, but surely no time to get towards this bomb unless he can find some crazy spam. It's going to be close. The nade hits himself. He takes James, but not the diffuser, of course. What is happening?
I can't tell if he wanted that nade to land on the planter, or if he... in a weird way, it actually kind of helps him get the kill onto James. The fact they blew the smoke as he's coming through it. It's... oh, yeah, this is a strange state of affairs. I'm glad TNL are taking the time out, because this is not looking so well rehearsed in these moments. Listen, as the rounds get later, as the numbers pull closer to 3v3s, 2v2s, that's actually where I would favor Parivision the most in a map like Mirage. Hell, I would have thought so on Dust 2 as well, but TNL were just too on fire. Certain players seem to have cooled off for TNL in terms of firepower.
Yeah, I don't know though, man. Like, they just don't feel as tight, you know? We're getting some really weird games out from the CIS teams, to be honest. Sometimes it can be very clean, very clinical Counter-Strike. Other times it's just an absolute mess. And I think for me, the past couple of days, we've seen some very, very messy games. Particularly when they play each other, I think, you know? Maybe they do have this gentleman's agreement of like, you know, let's just take it a bit looser, guys, see what we can get away with. Nota, with so much damage, he creates 3, now 4 kills. It'll all be down to Knife. Okay. Is he not just running, man? Like, crazy. But
he did kind of stop on a dime.
Yeah. Not going to get away with it. And it will be Parivision taking the lead here.
I think that's, what, like 4 kills now for Knife on Deegs. He's been real sharp with it. He has been doing continuous damage to this economy of Parivision. I mean, you see the resurgence that they're having on this CT side, but they're not exactly building massive bank. They are approaching the end of the half, however, so the relevance of that will become lesser as we go on. It's again pacey play here for TNL, this time on for middle. James close by into ladder, was double zoomed on the angle, hoping that they go for a more passive approach to set up at Delpan. And James now in a bit of a tight spot. Very concerned about getting pushed from short, as well as a potential boost into window room, but TNL are playing it a little safer. Just fishing via flea racks. Oh, it could be bad timing here for Nodes Up. Wait, bad timing for...
Wait.
Oh my god, he pulled the smoke!
You can't be serious. Flea racks, he does get traded. But he's created the space to allow the T's in now. And Zello down below. Up top, excuse me, is all that really remains here. He will be traded himself. What can we get done? A W catches the man dropping, and that is the miracle that they needed. Dowie finds himself alone, gets the Molotov out. Trying to spot him, he backs off towards Firebox before he's able to land the headshot, and James will take him down. This is an absolute mess. But Parivision finding success in the chaos.
Yeah, I mean, both squads just feel uncomfortable in these moments, whether it's, you know, some of the risks that TNL are trying to take, whether it's, you know, Parivision and some of the actual site holds, or even just the individual decision-making in these more chaotic moments. It is quite scrappy. I will say, I think, you know, obviously Parivision are getting the better end of the stick in these past few rounds, but almost every single one of these rounds feels wide open. Oh, wow, okay. Not exactly a conventional way to play around that top mid smoke with the Deeg, but it's a kill nonetheless. Nota down in window. That could be something that's boosted up into for TNL if they want to try and salvage that rifle, especially now that they smoked off Window and Con as well.
Boost up into the window once again. Actually, a double over there.
Yeah, they're actually just gonna try and take it, I think.
Free smoke. One up. Zello knows that there's something happening. Onyx going to go down meanwhile. James spotting another. Takes a little tag.
I didn't see. Did Cielo pull the gun away from Window? Because they haven't picked one up.
I guess so. There we go, though. Oh, he will find the spray. Maybe, to be fair, with Fleerax and his pathing, he might just not have been close enough, quite close enough to get it. Either way, they... Oh, there you go. Yeah, he must have.
Yeah.
But yes, they will take the round. They will hold. And things looking very good. Parivision streaking ahead now, actually. TNL look so dejected.
Yeah, it's weird to think that it kind of started from the AW versus Davi 1v1 where, you know, one's a little late and the other's quick switching. You know, Davi had a crazy first map and has now kind of fallen a little flat here. Went 24-9 on Dust 2. And it's currently bottom of the scoreboard. Not quite the electrifying performance I was hoping to see. Notes a nice kill around the smoke. Looking to continue Parivision's winning ways. The HE doesn't actually blow open the smoke, but James still catches a kill right through it. Urgency up short, Karen dead, and they're trapped inside of the apartments behind a smoke.
Kind of looks all but over here. They'll drop down, making plenty of noise for the peaks. Oh, it's a lovely double spray down. He's going to need a bit more of a miracle here. Keen headshot, there you go, but Belchonok is fully healthy. And where is he? Knife going crazy here. One more required to take an insane 1 versus 4. The turn of the half, he's not going to find the head. And the HP makes all of the difference. Oh my goodness gracious, it's very close, but it's 7 in a row in the end for Parivision. Looking good for map number 3. See you in a few.
Well, a much better looking Parivision on the map pick of TNL. TNL got off to a hot start in that first half, only for things to go a little pear-shaped. Only 4 rounds to their name, Knife with 15 kills, but the rest of the squad kind of struggling to perform on trades and entries. Parivision started to shut it all down, and very importantly, the riflers now for Parivision do seem to be stepping up to the plate. Good plays from AW, Nota, Belchanok, Cielo with 11 kills, but it felt like those 3 almost had more impact. TNL may have to take some time to reflect coming out of that first half, because Dust 2 was immaculate. Mirage has been anything but.
Yeah, which just feels wild. It's against the grain of what we expected, especially coming into this one. It's been very, very clean. I suppose, look, you do have to lose at some point, but, like, come on. You know, this is the map where you should be super, super comfortable, and it's just not been the case. I think they will be pretty disappointed in themselves for sure, but there's still time. Still room for improvement, and maybe we are going to get that here. Not quite sure what we're holding on for here, though.
Yeah, they're just messing around with their cameras. Sometimes these players, they just want to make sure that their setup looks pretty for the admin. So, adjusting their lights or something. I will say, you know, Parivision, as much as maybe TNL's T side did look a little disjointed at times and maybe a little scrappy or messy, Parivision were riddled with holes as well. They were just better at sort of compensating for them very quickly. Whether that came in through kills or whether there was a quick rotate that TNL weren't expecting, or whether it came down to some of these key rounds where there was, you know, a nice clutch pulled through by either AW or Belchanok, you know, shutting clutch attempts down. It did seem like they were doing a better job of compensating. Parivision were far from flawless, but come away with double their score going into the second half. We'll see if they can translate that into success here on this T side too.
Utility over the top as Parivision look to keep it simple. Ken's picked up a kill in Palace, that'll be, and he's still here with the dualies. Oh my goodness, it's Knife nicking him away, but the brick wall has been built. AW, surely nothing. If he even gets a kill here, I'll be surprised. He's so low, no armor. Yep, down he will go. And TNL, the perfect way to open up this second half.
I mean, marvelous counter utility. I mean, pretty much picture perfect. Understood that if there was going to be an exec on that A bomb site, a lot of the utility is procedural. It's quite simple, a full belt, but once Cairn takes contact inside of Palace, you know, a smoke, an HE, a flash that are all there to create space and opportunity for Cairn to succeed, but also allow Knife to actually feel free to then be aggressive from his position in that ticket. So, nicely handled. They had a good protocol in place.
Moneymaker here. Doing just that. Maybe potential for one more, and then, you know, it's fully paid for. But they run away. They're like, don't feed the MP9. It's fair enough.
Here it comes, though. The dive. Straight into the bomb site. It's flawless.
2 out of 10. That's what I'm giving that.
Yep.
Quite
No, they
a
tried.
large splash at the end.
And a splash of cash for Fleerax. 3 kills on that MP9, and an AWP that he can reward himself with. He earned this. The extra money will go a long way in making sure that this first gun round will be quite heavily contested, even if there are still suboptimal weapons in the MP9 and FAMAS. Hoping to see more of that impact that Fleerax can offer us on the big green.
Alrighty, let's see. He's charging up here. Gun out the whole time as well, so really expecting a fight. on the other side of it, he's got to be very careful because they've got eyes on him a little. Someone watch that smoke. Molly comes in. Kind of a cute idea to have... Oh, the Molly there. Hello. Hello. He changes off and he's just unsure. Doesn't find the kill. But they've got top mid control at the very least. They know there's not a lot of action over here. The B burst coming in results in a couple. Damage done as well. Dowie's FAMAS looking good. It's Jame that cleans him up. But there's still an advantage for this CT side. Jame looking to close the gap. He's left all alone now. They know that he's here. He'll find one, but he just cannot escape the AWP. Didn't know where he was. And TNL putting up their first gun.
Yeah, teammates from them. Everyone getting involved. A little bait and switch setup from short to the end of the apartments. Parivision actually seemed to be pretty locked in that position. Very conscious of TNL and maybe some of the common setups they'll run. Even still, they fall victim to it. Just get completely staggered inside of those apartments and just cannot get enough room to work with. So pretty suffocating there from TNL. Got the key kills to slow that down. And now Parivision put into a position where they only invest in techs. But they've got a whole lot of smokes. And Knife is going to be slightly delayed in getting that incendiary out. Spacing is good here for Parivision on this execute. HE will blow the smoke, but no one will be revealed. And Noda even finding Knife inside a spawn. That's a weapon that can be now recovered.
Bomb goes down. That's a pretty decent look for Parivision. And TNL have to make themselves pretty heavily known. A resmoke there at CT. Down goes Dowie. And wow, okay, they have crumbled. The retake doesn't even get going. It's going to be a save attempt. The AWP makes it out, but the M4 might be a little more under threat. Sticks around. Thought he maybe got an AK there, but not the case. Either way, it will be Parivision holding on to their lead.
Yeah, I mean, it almost felt as though Knife had too much responsibility in that round. I mean, isolated on the A play, just playing safe ticket, it can be a real strong position to hold onto in the afterplant, but once he dies, you know, you can see his teammates are very heavily clustered to mid, and the jungle con rotate, and by the time they try and rectify the fact they've lost CT as a position, you know, this 2 more kills come out from the spam, and Parivision just find themselves in this massive advantage. So, I mean, a very key entry, but TNL trying to be more leaning into that proactive nature that we saw on Dust 2, getting caught off by the pacey play of Parivision.
Ramp push, good flash, and the trade there as well. Really well executed from TNL. And this is what we love to see, a bit of proactivity and some successful aggression. It's what they really, really hammered home on Dust 2. So if they can bring some of that here to Mirage, then might just be in for a solid half from them. Jame not in a bad spot to maybe start recovering the round. It's the bomb drop, isn't it, that really works against them. His patience going to pay off. Just not considering it at all. And Jame, he's looking for multiple. Not going to get it. Thankfully, not a position that you could really do loads with. And 1 kill is not going to be enough.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't even know what Jame was really waiting for so long on that fight, because at a certain point, if he's expecting that's the B player or a rotate, because they know that the bomb is dropped over to ramp. Noda, nice quick kill. Yeah, James' position was, you know, one actually, I feel like he could have potentially slid in behind him, but if you're expecting that's the B player, they'll start to then look at the murder hole and hope that they don't get flanked from B. Yeah, they maybe miss a timing, potentially on short to ladder. There's a number of reasons why that player could have turned around, so I was a little confused why James was holding his trigger for so long, but maybe waiting to see if Noda could get into a greater position to capitalize on the chaos. Aggro move here from Fleerax. He tried this around before and actually had a kill opportunity, but didn't capitalize on it. This time, oh, wow, nades being pulled, but still Fleerax. It's a swing and a miss, but he has put Parivision on notice.
For the time being, let's see, this is, for me, probably the most important round of the series. Parivision especially. Pro League spot on the line. So you have to play a picture-perfect game. It's going to be the quick smokes to get them out. Not wasting any time here. Really well-timed, ridiculously well-timed Palace smoke, actually. So we'll see here. Molotovs come in as well. Nades to back. So really not looking too good. Chunks taken out. They will wait, and they will still burst forwards. It's Belchonok, the brave man through the Palace smoke, that is able to find the double kill. Broken spray from Ken. He will get 2 of his own. Is it going to be enough? AWP and an MP9, the unlikely guns. Fleerax, though, they're just not ready for him, and this is what happens. That time that's bought from the earlier nades comes back to bite them, because Stairs, the smoke fades at the perfect time, leaving Belchonok to do it all here in the clutch.
He's got time to reposition, though. They've split up, searching for CT, and Fleerax is expecting that a fight could be coming his way as well. Belchonok has to find an isolated duel. Oh, and he finds it, but Onyx MP9 just too damn clean. Lovely shooting from Fleerax. That round was blowing up in in TNL's faces. They had a 4A stack, and it still came as close as that. But Parivision, how do you not clear under?
Again, silly mistakes. Really silly mistakes.
I could understand one player maybe absent-minded, but one is swinging to CT, the other's jumping out with smoke or knife out, and the gun not even raised.
Yeah, I think ready to just rush the plant. Oversights, definite oversights. And frustration will again start to set in, because I don't think you'll be the only one on the team asking the question, how do we not clear under?
Yeah, just mental that they got blocked for so long and they weren't expecting rotates to have already been there for TNL. Like, you correctly pointed out, the util timing from TNL was actually really on the money. The smoke to Palace was perfect, the incendiary as well on ramp. 100% just complete oversights.
Still able to do something with this round in theory. And now take it back a little bit. The war of attrition. Knife having a peek. Could be the end of you if you're not careful. Connector smoke going to go down soon. Fleerax gets his. There's no need to take too many risks here. It should be good. Nota. Meanwhile, they've gone past him. Oh, Dowie. Maybe on the minimap. Maybe just spotted on the edge of his periphery. Insane, but he finds the kill that might just, again, give them the key round. James waiting patiently for his teammate to join him, and he never will. 20 seconds left, round over, TNL move up to double digits.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, Nota is playing round this smoking connector for so long. He finally hears this drop from Davi, barreling off of short to bottom connector, and as the smoke fades, I think you're right. The fact that he had this quick spin around, he must have spotted him on the minimap, or a teammate might have called it for him on the minimap, given how quickly he ran past him and then did this 180 spin, Beyblade style, right into his face. That's upsetting, because, Parivision were actually running on fumes in that round. They had very limited utility. They had 2 Molotovs, 2 flashes, and 1 smoke to try and make something work. They were fishing for openings just by playing contact and hoping that they can catch TNL being proactive in one of these rounds and just come away in a 1-for-1, or if they're lucky, a 2-for-1. And the freest kill they have ended up being a completely negated factor. Now Parivision are pressed into a pretty poor spot. It's a full Galil buy, which ain't the worst thing in the world, but is far from ideal when all of TNL have head armor, full belts.
Oh.
While you're working with rations.
They did lose Fleerax, though. They're probably going to need him.
Yeah. He'll come back. They always come back.
It's true. It's actually kind of an interesting little thought experiment. When you think the last time someone like fully DC'd from an online game and, you know, last minute stand-in or had to play 5-on-4, I don't think I've seen it maybe once or twice years ago. He's also back in like insanely fast, so they're really quite good at it these days.
Yeah. PCs are fast, processors are fast. Everything is so much quicker these days.
Yeah. I think a classic would always be like internet, maybe once in a while. Like a player would be like, oh yeah, my internet's gone. But now, you know, players have multiple ISPs and maybe even a little secret
routing them
power.
through VPNs and
Yeah. And like
five VPNs, 6 internet providers.
Well, I've seen
cat cam, dog cam.
Yeah. At one point as well, I was having like power draw issues and shout out Frequency one time. You know, hit him up like, what do you think it could be? And he was like, oh man, could be like from your like your plug board and stuff. And you should get one of these. They're a little expensive. And he sent me this thing, and it's like a, you know, power generator unit that acts as a plug board. And then if you lose power, it has its own battery storage. And he's like, I recommend this to all the pros and stuff. So I think they probably use that as well, where it's like, you know, they have backup power in case their power goes out, which is just a bit mental.
I respect that a lot, but also there is only so many pros that will take that advice and actually action it. Anyway, we got through that technical issue, no problem. Fleerax is back with us. AWP, Con, peaking to top mid. And, well, yeah, I said Parivision are working on scraps. They do jiggle Fleerax out of his spot, at the very least. Not having to expend any additional resources to not fall victim to that orb.
Re-smokes come in. Slow creep up here.
Just based on the
TNL
positions, they're just going to have to go for a B split.
Yeah, it's kind of their only option. They do have a minute left, but indeed, they're so far committed in. Molotov and a nade to slow them down for the time being. There's only one smoke left now. Still not giving the game away, though. The molly goes down. Nade doesn't really land. No one rushes. No one panics. So I think they're still not fully sold on the B take on the TNL side, at the very least.
Yeah, they're just going for a delay pop, just setting themselves up in ladder so that they can buy some extra time where TNL are left guessing.
Oh, clean from Onyx. He will get traded out. It's all going to be Davi. Oh, no. The bomb out immediately. They don't consider it. And I mean, why would you? It's such a rare spot in a round like this. He's such a nuisance. The big thing is that the bomb has hit the deck, but Belchonok might have just bailed them out. Not loads of time. If the AK was a bit closer, I'd say go for it. The AWP goes. Oh,
wow.
He just gets it down. That could have been the round-winning moment. And it might just be the fact that it got planted. We'll see here. Belchonok holding. They know that he is benched. Where the hell is James? And that is a big question. As always, Dink lands through the corner of the brickwork. Ken keeps cool to find the frag. It's all down to James. He's hidden away at Get Right. They have no idea where he's at. Smoke onto the bomb. He's going to use that to his advantage. There is a kit available here on both of them. And Ken just goes flying in. Takes him down. Trying to distract away while his teammate got on the bomb. But it works for the frag.
I mean, the read there from Karen, I mean, it's not a plant that James can help with. But maybe putting it together, the fact they were able to deal with that planter and there was no response from Parivision, there was no pressure out from the apartments, no one from, you know, E-Box or swinging back sight to stop them getting out the market door. So puts it together, and yeah, Karen with some fantastic kills on that retake. Team Next Level 2 rounds away from ESL Pro League. They have punched far above their weight throughout this entire close qualifier. Teams with higher expectations, bigger names, already careers markered by previous appearances in ESL Pro League at other LAN events. This would be the next step on the journey for many of the players. All of them, in fact, for Team Next Level. But they do need to close. And that's where Parivision can come up clutch with the experience they have.
Oh. Fluirax opens, goes back in for a bit more. That might be his downfall. And indeed, as he's blinded up, he will go down. Onyx on his trusty Org. Saw it yesterday from him as well. Meanwhile, Ken is the extra man, the third man, unexpected. Nade goes in, doesn't quite find the kill, but look how low they are. Knife is here fast. Bomb in an awkward spot, needs dropping down.
He's trying to throw it up.
Ah, okay, trying to throw it up. Yeah, all right, fair enough. Get it out of there, and they might just get away with that. Super, super safe here from TNL.
It's a foot race. I mean, they're so low health. Even if they try and go for a safer plant around the backside of triple, they could get spammed. Yeah, that's a key kill. Davi has them both dead to rights. Had a slow start coming into this game, but a critical double. He beats them in that foot race. TNL, 3 chances to close out versus Parivision. Eat your heart out. There is so much star power, so many talented members here on TNL that are stepping up to the plate.
Crazy work.
It's a marvel to see them perform so highly.
Yes. Yeah, and I think CT side especially looks really, really good from them, right? Just individuals across the board. Great little set aggressions. Absolutely mental. See whether they can keep it going here. And there is the final hurdle to get through just yet. And it is often the hardest. Ken going ahead of the smoke. Looking to make a play. Dowie Molotov'd out. Does well to get one. That's the bomb revealing itself as well. But man, they're just so spread on the Parivision side. Really relying on, you know, an individual to win their fight cleanly. Ken moves back through. He's savvy to something going on. He smells a rat for sure. As the smoke goes down, he gets a bit restless. Will get taken out by Nota. That could be the all-important kill. The A-bomb site itself, there's like no one here. So, what now? This is so strange.
Yeah, they're hoping that they find someone, but right now they're just losing track of where these CTs are located. And by the time they actually make their decision to plant that bomb, they could have to worry about that flank.
Oh no. Oh no, the bomb dropped. Oh god. A Nota running straight into the flank, and now can you even plant the bomb? The answer is no. Jame to do it all. To keep them in the series and keep that Pro League spot alive. He will get flanked out and taken down. TNL get it done in 2. The first looks dominant. The second a bit more work, but goodness me, the CT sides, maybe they are indeed next level. We're going to find out at Pro League as they will make it to Season 22.
Yeah, I mean, a massive punch-up. They have definitely been stretched throughout this entire close qualifier, often led to 3-map series, very close calls, back and forths, you know, tight overtimes, but they have persevered, and they've had many different step-ups from a number of these individuals. It will be quite enjoyable, actually, to watch them get into this Pro League, because they are one of these squads that have been consistently grinding through Tier 2, especially from the start of this year. They've been putting in reps, and they have been slowly improving from event to event. They've had their first opportunities to play on LAN together in Sweden this year. They went to Kosovo, and now they'll have another chance, of course, back in Sweden as well, for a chance at that Pro League spot. So, I mean, fantastic to see that they're able to show up when it mattered most. There were bigger names than them in this close qualifier, and they've outperformed our expectations. Now we just have to see how high that talent can actually go when we see them at Pro League.
Yeah, well, this is it, right? You know, there's been many, many teams in the Tier 2 for as long as we've been around, you know, that'll come out of nowhere. They'll do well for like 6 months to a year. They will make a few Pro Leagues, not really perform. They might make, you know, especially now with VRS, some of the bigger tournaments and whatnot. I believe TNL have just got an invite for the Blast Bounty and all this kind of stuff. So, yes, they could be great, but once they try and break through that ceiling, it's very hard to tell. Maybe you have one piece that is pivotal, and that gets removed, and then you just kind of float around. You know, your Amcals are a good example. One win in the past. All these types of teams have had players on them that had promise, and then when they are asked to show that promise, they're not quite able to do it outside of their bedrooms at the end of the day. But in the same vein, I'm excited to see what they can do. And you were having a little look, weren't you, like in between the maps? Are there any teams in there at Pro League that they could beat? And the answer is indeed yes.
Yeah, especially in Stage 1, where there's, some teams that have been struggling for form, some that have been making roster moves as well, and some that come from regions where the standard isn't necessarily set the highest. No flame to the Oceanic region. Well, it has been a lovely time, Scriv, but we call it to a close. We have another team that will take part in ESL Pro League Stage 1. Any closing thoughts?
Well, I suppose at the end of the day, it looks like the CIS region and the teams surrounding are continuing to print fraggers, continuing to print good teams.
True.
I hope that Namiga can sort themselves. I hope that Parivision also do not crumble down. But good fun ultimately here for the ESL Pro League Season 22 qualifiers. We'll see you in the next one.
Come play with us.